can hear me all right, and it's okay, it's working okay. Perfect, thank you. So if you start off by sitting down on your cushion so that you are lifted off, and if you have a blanket or then perhaps put a blanket and a cushion together on top of each other, just see what you feel best when you're seated. So sitting down so that you're supporting your sitting bones, really supporting tightly sitting bones, sitting down, and then resting your arms either on your thighs or resting them on your belly, whichever shape you find most comfortable in. So I normally ask people to in pregnancy yoga, if you can, if you are resting your hands, you're resting them in a diamond shape with the fingers the pointing down towards the womb, and the thumbs sort of resting up on your belly, and the palms just resting here. If this is becoming too uncomfortable, just rest your arms down onto your thighs with the palms facing up for receiving, for more energy if you feel that you need more energy, or palms down on your thighs for just if you need a bit more grounding. So whichever pose you feel the most comfortable in, stay seated like that and close your eyes. Now, firstly, acknowledge the position that you're in. So notice how you're sitting. Notice your sitting bones resting fully on your cushions, on your support. Notice your feet down on the ground. Notice your calves, perhaps down on the ground, perhaps a bit lifted off. Notice your thighs touching the ground, all the supports. And then move upwards from your sitting bones, up with the spine upright, the crown of the head pointing up towards the ceiling, the arms resting down either on your thighs or on your belly. Notice your breath. Notice as you're breathing, your chest rising. And as you breathe out, notice your chest falling down. You may also notice your belly rising as you breathe in, and your belly falling down. As the further pregnancy you go, this was going to be more difficult to notice. So perhaps just the chest rising and falling with your breath, rising as you inhale and falling as you exhale. Relax your shoulders. And let your breath bring in the new energy as you inhale. And as you exhale, let your breath just completely surrender you down towards the earth. Notice as you inhale, notice as if you're being pulled up by the top of your ears, up towards the ceiling. You're inhaling. And as you're exhaling, notice just your breath taking you down towards the floor. As you inhale, the lightness of the breath. As you exhale, the heaviness of your exhale. And stay like this for a few more breaths. Simply breathing in and breathing out. And if your hands are down on your thighs, bring them down onto your belly. And let this connection remind you of your pregnancy. You're inhaling, your chest is opening, you're bringing in the new energy. As you're exhaling down into your belly, into your hands, connecting with your baby. You're breathing for 2. You're bringing in the nourishment for 2. Bringing in with every inhale, nourishment, the energy for both of you. And as you exhale, you're grounding and relaxing for both of you. Let this breath be your connection, and let this breath just float effortlessly. Just like being on the water, or like the wind in the meadow. Slowly bring your awareness to your jaw. Drop your jaw a tiny bit. Make a space between your lips. Notice as you inhale, you're inhaling through your nose. And as you exhale, let your exhale come through your mouth. Now, whether you have long exhales or short exhales, imagine that these exhales are spinning a golden thread. And you're spinning a golden thread with every single one of your exhale coming through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose, exhaling into a thread. You're spinning the thread, and with every exhale it becomes longer and longer. And let this thread become a connection between you and your baby. Every time you exhale, the thread is becoming longer and is connecting you to your belly. And slowly become aware of your pregnant belly and your baby in your pregnant belly, the thread connecting you to your baby. As you inhale, the baby inhales. As you exhale, you're taking all the waste out. See the baby inside your belly. See the baby happy. See the baby relaxed. And let that image stay with you. As you bring your hands into a prayer position, the palms together, placing them next to your chest, fingers pointing up, your chin slightly pointing down, with your mouth either open or closed, as if you're looking down towards your baby or towards your fingers. Let the thumbs rest against your chest. Now notice as you inhale here, and as you exhale, notice as you inhale, the palms slightly separating. And as you exhale, the palms touching a bit closer towards each other, just as the chest moves up as you inhale and down on the exhale. And perhaps set an intention for the rest of the class, whether it's to get you calmer, whether it's to get you relaxed, whether it's simply let it be me. Or I'm happy, whichever one you want to be. But let it be in a present tense, whatever the intention it is. So positive affirmation. Or I have everything in me to give birth to this healthy baby. And stay with your intention, sealed into your heart, into your mind. Take a couple of breaths here. And we'll chant on 3 times. You don't have to chant if you don't wish to do so, or you can just do it very silently as you inhale here and exhale normally. And the next time you exhale, we'll chant on. Inhale. 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 Relax your hands on your thighs. Lift your chin up and slowly open your eyes if you haven't done so already. Welcome. Thank you for joining the class. So we'll be doing tonight we'll be doing relaxation, which we started off with. But we'll also be doing a lot of the strengthening, the body, the upper body strengthening, and we'll be doing the legs and the pelvic floor, as we do in every single class probably. We do. So stay seated where you are now, and We'll just stretch our arms first, start with. So you might have done this in the normal class. Is you inhale, just open and stretch your right arm up. Can you see me? Can you see me? Good. Oh, the internet connection is unstable for some reason. Perhaps I just kill this music and leave it like that. So see how it is. Sorry. So stay seated. Inhale, right arm up. As you exhale, walk the left arm away from you. So don't have to stretch further too much. But make sure that the right sitting bone stays down onto the floor and the head follows your spine. So if you need to bend your left arm, you do that, but stay facing forward. Inhale here, one more time. And as you exhale, stretch a little bit more through your fingers. And then inhale and then come back to center. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Stretch and lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, walk the right arm away from you and push the left sitting bone down into the floor. Stay the head, keep the head up towards the upper arm and drop the right elbow down. Inhale here, lengthening through the fingertips. And exhale, perhaps a little bit more, stretching. And then inhale and then come back to center. And stretch your legs in front of you. Point the toes up towards you as you inhale. So you can keep the legs stretched in front of you, or you can stretch the legs open. It's down to you. So inhale, point the toes towards you. Exhale, push the toes away from you. Inhale, toes towards you. Exhale, push away. Inhale, up towards you. Exhale, push the toes away, but at the same time as you're pushing the toes away, push through the balls of your feet. And then when you push through the balls of the feet, then push the toes away. And inhale, one more time. Push the toes, the balls of your feet, open the toes completely as much as you can, and then toes further, point the toes. Lovely, and then relax the legs. If you need to do that, just give them a shake. Now this time, open your legs a little bit. Now stay seated. If you've come off your blanket, stay seated on the blanket for this one, or your cushions. So open your legs here as you inhale. Keep the feet opened, legs open, and as you exhale, turn the toes towards the side, dropping the feet down sideways. Inhale back to center. Exhale, so back into the middle, so toes towards each other. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, toes away. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, big toes towards each other. Now you'll have different range of motions in your feet and in your hips and in your legs. You might be able to do as I am doing now, opening completely the toes and touching the feet, the floor. And then going in, you might not be able to do it, or you might be able to do it to drop the feet completely in. So depending on what your range of motion is, stay within that range. Don't push yourself with any of these motions, in any of the movements, or anything, indeed, in any of the things that we do tonight. But I also like you to now, as you're doing it, rather than for this to be movement, just regular movement of the feet and mechanical movement of the legs, make them meaningful. So as you inhaling, do them with your breath, exhaling, opening. As you also notice the legs and the movement in your hips as well. What is happening with the thighs as you bring the toes in, and what's happening with your thighs and the pelvic floor as you move the feet away from each other. So do 5 more times, taking notice of what's happening with your body, with your hips, with your inner thighs as you do these movements. And then once you've done all 5, bring the legs in front of you. Bring the knees in, point the toes down, keep the feet down onto the floor. And perhaps you might need to do this with an open legs, depending on how big your belly is. But perhaps drop your hands down onto your knees and drop your head down. And let your head rest on your forearms. Your forehead is on your forearms or on your hands. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, lengthen through the spine, through the sitting bones, lengthening the sitting bone down towards the floor. As you inhale, deep breath in, let the chest open. Exhale, lengthen down. And slowly lift your head. Then come into the seated pose again. But this time, if you're happy to do so, to be seated with the cushion between your legs, or just sitting down onto your heels. So whichever way you'd like to sit, or the cushion on top of your heels, just resting like that. Now, you might not be able to see this, and I've done this in the classes, so if you can remember that certain, but I've also got instructions on the website as well. So the main part with pregnancy in the pregnant is the weight taking or changing the shape of your body, the weight of the baby changing the shape of your spine, because you're getting your belly's growing, you're getting your balance completely changed. So what you want to do is to stay in the same line as you were before pregnancy. So we're working on that as you lengthening the tailbone down towards the floor, and as you bringing the baby a little bit closer to us, and almost as if you are curving the chest and you're curving into the cat. So it's like halfway down, halfway into the cat pose. So what we'll be doing, we'll do cat and cow in a minute, but what I'd like you to do for now first is just to have this sense of lengthening through the tailbone and bringing the baby in closer to you. So it is almost an invisible movement. It is something that you really need to feel. So I used to do this, and then kind of like to explain it a bit better is to have a sense or have a feeling or imagine that you have at the end of the tailbone, at the end of the sacrum, that you have a big, long tail. And with this tail, with this long tail, you want to bring the tail between your legs, so coming in between your legs as you lengthen, and then lengthening tailbone down, you bring the tail in between your legs, and then you scoop your baby closer to you. And then you open and you almost go into a cow pose, but you bring the tail now behind you, and so back, pulling down into the floor behind your back. And you come in the initial position. So again, as you exhale, lengthen the tailbone, bring the tail between your legs, underneath you, between your legs. Pull the baby closer to your heart. And inhale, bring the tail back. So do this 5 times, moving the tail between your legs, almost curving your back into a cat position, bringing the baby closer to you, and then opening up and coming into a neutral spine. As you exhale, you might and come into this curving and lengthening. You might feel the movement in the pelvic floor, but you might not. Make sure you do all these movements with your breath. Exhaling and curving, inhaling and opening and coming into neutral. And relax. And take the cushion off, if you were on the cushion. Tuck your toes under. And then sit back onto your heels. Stay here for 5 seconds if you can, or 5 breaths if you can. You can't just follow your body, come back and tap your toes. And then repeat 3 times or 2 more times. Tucking the toes under, coming back into seated on your toes, and slowly coming forward, walking yourself forward, tapping the toes. And again, tuck your toes under, walk yourself back, sit on your heels, and release. Lovely. Now stay here in the all fours. Place that blanket perhaps underneath your knees if you need to. And even if you don't need to, I'd suggest you do that anyway to protect your knees. So make sure that the knees are spaced out and that they're directly under the hips. Hands are down in front of you. And now bring your baby closer to you, so really close, as if you were in that movement. So to be initial movement, so you're still not coming into the cat and cow pose, but you're just bringing the baby, you have a sense of bringing the baby closer to you, closer to your heart. Inhale here. And as you exhale now, bring your awareness to your pubic bone. Bring your pubic bone forward, curve the back, drop the head down and look towards your belly, look towards your baby. As you inhale, take your tailbone up towards the ceiling, open your chest and gaze forward. Exhale, curve. Inhale, take the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Open the chest. Bring the shoulders away from your ears and gaze forward. Exhale, one more time. Bring the tailbone in, curve the back, drop the head down. Lovely. One more time, coming into cat. And then make more space between your knees. Drop your heels down, your sitting bones down to your heels, and drop your forehead down towards the floor. Stretching the arms away from you. Now stay here and notice your breath. Notice the grounding sensation of forehead touching the floor. Notice the wrists. Now stretch your wrists, stretch your arms. Now bring the right arm, walk your right fingers towards the left and just stretch. Notice the stretching in the right side of the body. Keeping the head down if you can do so. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, walk the left fingers to the right fingers. Inhale and exhale, stretch. And come back to center. And slowly walk yourself up into seated. So before we go into the shoulder work, a bit more of that, and we'll just do a little bit more movement. I'll need to get rid of all of this. So you can keep the blanket here, so in front of you, so it would be easier to do. But this is a form of sun salutation or some salutation or namaskar for pregnancy that is kind of made so because there are certain positions that you can't do, of course, as you're pregnant, and as you grow, then you really just need to listen to your body and hear your body what it says. So even if you can't do this, then you don't do it. So anything that you feel that you really feel uncomfortable in doing, please stop doing it straight away. So come onto or bring your feet down. Sorry, so come into a low squat. Drop your, so wide low squat. Bringing the feet down, the heels down, placing the heels down completely, or using the blanket underneath the heels. So bring the blanket, if the heels don't reach the floor, bring the blanket down onto the underneath. Bring the hands, come closer to your heart. As you inhale here, Lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. As you exhale, bring your awareness down to your pubic bone and your inner thighs. Bring your thighs down closer. Bring the hands down and bring the tailbone up. Inhale now, squeeze the pubic, pelvic floor, squeeze the inner thighs in as you inhale. As you exhale, release. Bring the hands down, bring the tailbone up, drop the head a tiny bit up. Inhale again, push yourself up. Squeeze the inner thighs, bring the hands into a low squat. Exhale, hands down to the ground. And bring the tailbone tiny bit up. And then slowly look between your hands and walk yourself to come into all fours. Drop the knees down. As you inhale, bring the right leg towards the right hand. So into a wider lunge. Lovely. As you inhale, arms up. As you exhale, hands in front of you. As you inhale, take the left arm over and open the arm so that the arm goes back behind you. Exhale here. Inhale, bring the arm up. Exhale, rotate back to center. Repeat 3 times. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, rotating. Look and face the arm if you can do so. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, in front of you. And last time. Inhale, open the left arm up. Exhale, behind. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand in front of you. So the normal class already would go back onto the right arm, but we're not doing those twists. And the hands, place your hands down onto the floor. Bring the right leg over. Sorry, I've got this ball here. So right leg to the side, toes pointing, so the right leg is in line with the knees, toes pointing forward. Bring your left arm a little bit closer to the right arm. As you inhale, take the right arm up and rotate into a twist. As you exhale, bring the hand down into your heart center. Inhale, open. Exhale, hand into your baby. Touch your belly. Inhale, open and rotate. Exhale, hand down to the center. Bring the leg back and then repeat with the left leg. As you inhale, left leg to the left arm. Settle yourself here, and then as you exhale, push the foot, the left foot into the floor, and as you inhale, bring the hands up as if you're coming into a warrior. Exhale, hands in front of you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hand, right arm behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm in front of you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, behind. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, in front. And repeat one more time, inhaling, rotating the whole body, the torso, so that you're facing the right arm behind you as you exhale. As you inhale, right arm lifts up, exhale, hands meet each other. Place the hands down onto the floor. Take the left leg, toes pointing forward, the right arm in line with the knee. Inhale, rotate the left arm up. Move the right, left shoulder, both shoulders away from the ears, so that you one line between the left toes and the right hand. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate back the torso back towards your belly. Inhale. Left arm up. Exhale, bring the hand to your baby. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand down to your baby. Come back onto all fours. Do one cat and cat. Do inhaling here. Bring your awareness to your belly. And as you exhale, bring your tailbone in forwards. Curve the back, drop the head down. Inhale, tailbone up towards the ceiling. Drop the belly down, open the chest, gaze forward. Lovely. Shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, sit back into child's pose. Drop the head down, stretch your arms. Lovely. And then walk yourself up into a seated, tuck your toes under and come into low squat again. So staying in low squat just for one breath. Now slowly bring your awareness to your pelvic floor. As you inhale, bring your inner thighs closer to you. Open the chest, lengthen through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, bring your hands onto your knees, onto your thighs, and just walk yourself up, uncurving the back, and walk yourself up into a standing pose. So you are both next to the wall. I didn't say that to start with, but we are using the wall tonight as well. So you don't have to, as long as you can see me, I don't have to see you for this. So long as you can see me while you're standing next to the wall. And then we're coming into just stretches onto the hands, onto the arms. So bring your hands onto, so closer to, like the shoulder height. Push the fingers, spread the fingers onto the wall. Bring the elbows in close to your body. So elbows are pointing down. The hands, the feet are relaxed. So they're touching the floor, but the legs are completely relaxed. So the knees are not locked. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself, bring yourself closer to the wall, bending the elbows, pointing the elbows down, closer to the wall. As you inhale, push yourself back up to standing. Exhale. exhale. So you're essentially doing the chaturanga against the wall, strengthening the arms, bringing the elbows really close to you. Keep being aware of your baby and of your belly. So lengthen that tailbone down and bring the baby closer to you. So the same as we were doing earlier. And every time you breathe out, do these movements. So lengthen, so slowly closer to the wall. Inhale, come back to center, to standing. Exhale, push down. Inhale, push yourself away from the floor, from the wall. Exhale down. Until you start feeling the upper arms above your elbow, until you start feeling something in them. So if it's starting to hurt a bit, too much, relax. Relax. Take the arms down, just give yourself a shake. Lovely. So now slowly come back into where, so your hands are staying where they are, but walk your feet away from, a little bit away from you. So you're sort of in a, if you were going to put the head down, you would be kind of like a triangle position. But you are going to go down, so you're lengthening your tailbone away from you so that it's above your legs. The whole time, you're not moving your hands away from the wall. You're just walking your hands down, a little bit down. Keep your baby closer to you. So your tailbone is lengthening still. Your belly is still really closely in, so your baby's closer to your heart. Bring your baby closer to your heart. And your arms are stretched out in front of you. The head is straight. So keep your head straight, keep your head strong, your neck strong, don't let it drop down. Now push your chest down as you're opening. Now walk your hands, one, then the other, your arms up, away from your head, up, up, up to where you can reach it. As soon as it starts separating from the wall, if the hand starts, the palm of the hand starts separating from the wall, then you come back. And slowly start coming back, walking the feet, walking the hands, slowly coming back into as close to the wall as you are. So the shoulders, the arms, and we'll just do one more practice, the shoulders and the arms, which is just normal practice, but with the belt. So take hold of your belt. And if you're happy, so you can do this against the wall again. And just put the light in here. I don't know whether you can see me better. Bit more better. So you can do this either, right. You can do this against the wall as well. Or you can do, if you feel like you want to do it seated, you can do it seated, absolutely fine. So against the wall, you'll be holding the hands, you're holding the hands, so you won't be able to see me when I'm standing, when I'm stretching arms. So holding the belt, and the arms are stretched out. So they're shoulder width apart or a little bit further. You don't go too high, you don't go too wide, sorry. So shoulder width or a little bit further. You can do it, if you're happy to do it standing, we'll do it standing. Stay coming here, so you're holding this belt now, but you're walking back into the same position. So first, like a downward dog against the wall, which was that position where you got the tailbone directly above the feet, above the heels, lengthening through the tailbone. And now whilst you're holding the belt, you're walking your hands up. Now you will be probably walking with the middle finger only. You come to where you can get to, where you can feel something in the upper arms and in the shoulders. As the shoulders are opening. And take a few breaths here. And then slowly come back, bending the elbows, walking yourself back into center. So just release, rotate the shoulders back, and then rotate forwards. Lovely. Good. So if you wanted to do it a little bit more, so we'll just do, so stay where you are. If you wanted to do it when you're seated, when you're standing, so you can go actually into seated, because I'm saying stay where you are actually, but that you do sit down, come down, because it's going to be a bit too tiring then if you do it. But if you wanted to practice this with your belt, you do it. So, and not against the wall, then just stretch up and over. Lengthen through your tailbone, lengthen through your tailbone, bring your baby closer to you. And release. Down. Inhale, open up. Lengthen through the tailbone. And release. Down. And release completely. Down. So just roll the shoulders if you want to do that again. So we'll just go back into the pelvic floor a bit. Actually, before you do that, just stretch the right arm across, so bending the elbow, and just stretching the elbow, so stretching the right arm across, and holding the right elbow with the left, and release, and repeat with the other arms. Take the left arm across, bend the right arm over the left, and just notice the stretch across here, across the upper left arm. Lovely. And release. So we'll do the pelvic floor. So you can use the bolster, you can use the pillows, you can use the rolled up blanket to make a pillow. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to use anything for this. You can just sit in a comfortable position on something, on blocks, on cushions, on something, so that you can feel what you're sitting on. So knees down. So sitting in a comfortable position so that you have the awareness of your pubic bone, that you have awareness of your sitting bone, you have the awareness of your the inner thighs. Rest your arms down on your thighs, either with the palms facing up or palms facing down.
Summer, I can't hear you. You've gone mute. You've muted yourself, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, all right. Right. So rock, coming back onto the seated. Rock from front to back. Being aware completely of the base of your spine. And staying rocking, so staying seated, so sit towards the back. So you're sitting on the base of your spine, you're sitting on your sitting bones, you're sitting down and you're being aware of your anal opening. As you inhale, bring your muscles around the anus closer towards each other. As you exhale, release. Inhale, bring the muscles closer to each other. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the muscles around the anus closer to each other. As you exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhaling in, squeezing the muscles around the anus. Exhaling and releasing. When you're finished, start rocking from back to front. Staying and stopping towards the front. You'll sort of be leaning a bit forward You might be touching and leaning onto your hands. Try to relax your shoulders. Be aware of the muscles around your urinary opening. And again, as you inhale, squeeze the muscles around the urinary opening as if you want to stop the wee coming out. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. 2 more times. And when you're finished, start rocking again from front to back. Stopping in the middle. This time between the muscles around, between the urinary opening and the anal opening, concentrating on the muscles around your vagina. Bring your awareness as you exhale down to the muscles, your vagina, vaginal walls. As you inhale, bring the vaginal walls in closer to each other. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring them closer in. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the muscles closer in towards each other. Exhaling, releasing. 3 more times. Squeezing the muscles in towards each other on the inhale. Exhaling and releasing. Just the muscles, just the walls. The last time as you do it, squeeze the muscle walls in towards each other, then bring them, have the awareness of bringing them up a little bit closer, up towards your baby, as if you're going to bring them up towards the navel. And then slowly releasing them down. And again, squeeze in, bring up, and slowly release down. So have the awareness of sort of being in a lift and just bringing the muscles up towards the baby, towards the navel, and then slowly descending in a lift down one by one, rather than dropping down. Good. And then release completely. Just bring your awareness to normal breath. Relax the tension in the jaw, relax the tension in your face, in your shoulders, in your hands. And slowly open your eyes. You're ready. And so with all this internet stopping and starting and tonight being in a different state, we are completely over time. So if you need to, any of you need to go, that's absolutely fine. But I'd like to go into rest. If that's okay with you, you can. But it's absolutely, if you need to go, then thank you. And you need to go, that's okay.
I don't need to go, but my laptop is on very, very low battery, so it's possible it'll cut out at some point, and I'll just have a few extra minutes of relaxation.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. We've been on and off all the time.
Don't worry.
It's okay, thank you. So for the relaxation, I'd like you to go down onto your left side. So there's a couple of poses that we normally do on the relaxation. So ideally, you'd have a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you have some yoga props. And if you don't have a bolster, I do have some codes that I can give you, and I don't know whether I've given you those before, but if you want to get hold of those, so I can send that on to you if you'd like to have. But if you don't have a bolster, then go down onto the left side. Make sure that everything down on the floor is really supported so that you are in a soft position rather than that you are completely, that you feel that you're really uncomfortable. So on the left side, use one of your cushions to place under your belly so that your belly is resting onto the cushion, and perhaps a blanket or something else to go between your legs, between your knees. And then you'll ideally have another cushion that you can go onto, that you can lie down, rest your head on. Or you can place your arm underneath. Now take your right hand onto your belly and close your eyes. And focus on your breath. Just noticing you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Every time as you inhale, say to yourself, I'm breathing in. Every time as you exhale, say to yourself, I'm breathing out. Now, without moving, scan your body, mentally scan your body from the toes up. Noticing your toes, noticing your calves, noticing your knees, your thighs, your hips, your torso, your back, your arms, shoulders, your head, resting and welcoming all of them. Welcoming them, welcoming every single part of your body and resting it down on there. And bring your awareness to your belly. Notice your right hand down on your belly. And welcome your belly. Welcome your hand on your belly. Bring your awareness to your baby. Welcome your baby. And say to yourself and say to your baby, welcome, baby. Welcome to this relaxation. Now welcome your breath. Every time as you inhale, welcome your inhale. Every time as you exhale, welcome your exhale. And become aware of your jaw. Relax your jaw. Make a space between your lips. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your lips. Every time as you inhale, be aware of the temperature of the air coming in through your nose, the coolness, the cold air coming in through your nose. Become aware of the temperature of the exhale coming through your mouth. And stay on those two sensations. Noticing the coolness of the inhale, noticing the warmth of the exhale. And next time you exhale, become aware of the sense of touch. Notice the hand on your belly. Rub your belly. As you're touching your baby, you're touching your belly, you're touching your baby. And as you can feel it under your hand, your baby can feel it as well. Notice the temperature of your hand. Notice the temperature between your hand and your body. The warmth of your touch. The warmth that you can feel, the warmth that your baby can feel. And come back to your breath and stay with your breath. Noticing your inhale, noticing your exhale. Saying to yourself, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Be aware how your breath is your baby's breath. Be aware how your nourishing breath, your baby's nourishing breath. Bringing life and giving strength to you and to your baby. It's a direct link between you and your baby. Be aware how your baby is being nourished, and be aware how your baby is almost floating in your breath. Every time you breathe, your belly is moving, your whole body is making some movements. The energy is being exchanged. Your baby is floating in that energy, it's floating in that exchange. It's floating in amniotic fluid. But it's calming, it's all calming and relaxing. Imagine that fluid is the warm ocean of love, your love. Towards your baby. And stay with that feeling of warmth, nourishment, happiness, relaxation. And slowly become aware of your physical body. Start rubbing your belly more. Make a bigger inhale. Longer exhale. Make the yawn. Start moving your fingers, your toes. Perhaps stretch your legs and then bring them back to where you were, to the original position. And slowly place your right hand down by your side, by your face. And then push yourself up so that you can come into a seated pose. And then slowly take your arms up. And stretch through your fingertips as you exhale, hands down to your heart center, into original position, the Namaste, for Namaste, for Jali Mudra, the original position, for salutation. Staying with the